In today's show, Bitcoin dips 3.6% from weekly highs. I'll be sharing the key Bitcoin price levels to watch out for, as well as the latest technical analysis. As Matthew Hyland shared here, Bitcoin closing the daily candle above 42,600 would be very bullish, and as credible crypto shares, 42,500 has been broken. Now I want to see this level establish as support if this is a true breakout, meaning the move up should hold, and want to see some consolidation above this level for continuation. Let's see what we get over the next day or two. And as shared here by Holger, ECB balance sheet has hit fresh all-time high of 8.7 trillion in euros. Total assets rose by another 13 billion as the ECB keeps buying bonds despite record high Eurozone inflation. Balance sheet now equal to 82% of the Eurozone's GDP versus the Fed's 37% and the Bank of Japan's 136%. Also quoting Anthony Scaramucci, Goldman Sachs entry brings Bitcoin one step closer to exponential adoption. Let's go. And quoting the CEO of Southeast Asia's largest bank, Bitcoin and crypto are an alternative to gold. That's right. And quoting rich dad Robert Kiyosaki, next bailout will destroy the dollar. Boomer pensions to go bust. Printing more fake money will not work this time. Fed bailing out boomers will destroy confidence in US dollar. Keep studying, keep acquiring God's gold and silver and people's Bitcoin crypto. Take care. Also in today's show, El Salvador postpones their Bitcoin bonds to September. According to this latest report, quoting them here, now is not the time to issue the bond. In May or June, the market variants are a little different. At the latest, in September. After September, you go out of the international market. It is difficult to raise capital. Now check out this FUD published by The Telegraph. Each new initiative like El Salvador's Bitcoin bond could chip away at the greenback supremacy a little, potentially making the world a bit harder to police and a touch more dangerous. And as Nayib Bukele shares here, Bitcoin fixes colonialism. Tell him. Also in today's show, on-chain analyst Willy Woo says Bitcoin's last cycle is playing out as Bitcoin gets aggressively accumulated, as he shares here in this chart, and goes on to share, we're likely to see the first signs of the last cycle thesis playing out. Three relatively short bull and bear markets have transpired since the 2019 bottom already. An example, no more 4-year cycles. Also in today's show, Bitcoin and altcoins will go parabolic in April, according to crypto analyst Nicholas Merten, and he shares his target. Quoting him right here, I think there's a very good chance here that we're going to see this spring rally we've been talking about. My convictions are only growing stronger in this. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin and all the major alts are currently correcting and in the red. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs, along with a $100,000 Bitcoin price. If you like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And today's episode is brought to you by BlockFi, the #1 leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. And right now you can get up to $250 in Bitcoin when you buy crypto or fund your account today with BlockFi. Be sure to use my referral link in the description right down below. Right now there are more than 500,000 people and 350 institutions globally using BlockFi to manage over $10 billion in assets. And here are some of their flagship products, which includes their trading platform where you can buy, sell, and trade the top cryptocurrencies. You can do instant trades with ACH. You can trade 24/7, 365. Another flagship product I love is their BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card, where you can earn an unlimited 1.5% back in Bitcoin on everything you buy. There are no annual fees, no foreign transaction fees, and you can see if you're approved with no impact to your credit score. Also like to point out, for your first 90 days, you're actually going to earn 3.5% Bitcoin back on all your purchases, truly making this a no-brainer. So go ahead and click my referral link in the description right down below to get up to $250 in Bitcoin, and let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, broadcasting live from Puerto Rico from my hotel suite. Now check it. We have a lot to cover today. Bitcoin threatened a significant retracement overnight into March 23rd as weekly highs saw their first test. And right here, looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Now data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin dipping from a peak of 43,300 to lows of 41,700 on Bitstamp before recovering. And at the time of this recording, we're currently maintaining just above that $42,000 support, about 1,000 off from the highs. Now, enthusiasm has been clearly in evidence on Tuesday, thanks to increasing publicity focused on blockchain protocols, Terra's apparent $3 billion Bitcoin buy-in. That's right, according to their co-founder, Du Quan, the majority of the funds, which were to be used to back Terra's new UST stablecoin, had not yet been purchased, leaving room for more potential Bitcoin price squeezes. Nonetheless, the mood cooled off on markets overnight, Bitcoin missing what could have been a very bullish daily close just by around $200, as Matthew Hyland points out here. Bitcoin closing the daily candle above 42,600 would be very bullish, and we were so close. So the analyst was confident that the tide was turning for Bitcoin. However, among other things, pointing to an ongoing breakout attempt for Bitcoin's daily relative strength index, better known as the RSI. Its downtrend, he noted, has been in place since even before November's all-time high, as he points out right here in this chart. Also, Trader Credible Crypto also highlighted a similar level at 42,500 as important to flip, as he points out here on Twitter. 42,500 has been broken. Now I want to see this level established as support if this is a true breakout, meaning the move up should hold, and want to see some consolidation above this level for continuation. Let's see what we get over the next day or two. Meanwhile, the European Central Bank sees new balance sheet record, and on macro news, Thailand decided to ban crypto for payments provided, a sour mood for Asia, while in Europe, the European Central Bank's balance sheet rose to record highs, now at more than $8.7 trillion, which is $9.59 trillion in USD. Markets commentator Holger began to query whether the sky's the limit for ECB asset purchases, as he shares right here. Only the sky is the limit. ECB balance sheet has hit fresh all-time high, 8.7 trillion in euros. Total assets rose by another 13 billion as the ECB keeps buying bonds despite record high Eurozone inflation. Balance sheet now equal to 82% of the Eurozone GDP versus the Fed's 37% and the Bank of Japan's 136%. And quoting Milton Friedman, many people want the government to protect the consumer. A much more urgent problem is to protect the consumer from the government. Preach. And as pointed out right here, quoting the CEO of Southeast Asia's largest bank, Bitcoin and crypto are an alternative to gold. You're damn right. Bitcoin is gold 2.0, superior to gold in every facet of the way. And also, as Robert Kiyosaki shares here, the next bailout will destroy the dollar. Boomer pensions to go bust. Printing more fake money will not work this time. Fed bailing out boomers will destroy confidence in US dollar. Keep studying. Keep acquiring God's gold and silver and people's Bitcoin, crypto. Take care. And here's another recent tweet from the Rich Dad author. Boomers to go bust. My generation had it easy. First generation with 401k in 1974. Causing rising stock market, rising real estate prices. Home cheap, too expensive. Bonds rise as interest rates go lower. CEOs manipulate stock prices. Baby boomers boom, about to bust. Fed incompetent. Take care. Buy gold, silver, Bitcoin. And last week he shared this interesting tweet. Bitcoin and war. Investors Business Daily reports many Russians using Bitcoin as lifeline after the ruble collapse. 13% of Ukrainians, 12% of Russians, and 8% of Americans own crypto. Ukraine-Russian war giving rise to crypto as a safer haven than government. Fake fiat money. Preach. And before I break down next breaking story of the day, El Salvador postpones their Bitcoin bonds to September, according to this latest report. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin correcting down 2% for the day, but still maintaining at around that $42,000 mark. Ether also down 2%, trading just under $3,000. You could also see Solana, Avalanche, Binance Coin, Luna, and XRP all correcting and in the red. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. The government of El Salvador has reportedly decided to postpone the issue of Bitcoin-backed bonds due to the unfavorable market conditions fueled by the geopolitical crisis. That's right, El Salvador's volcano bonds will now not go live in March as the Salvadoran government expected previously. Finance Minister Alejandro said in an interview with a local TV channel, he claimed that the delay was due to the volatile prices of the Bitcoin price action fueled by the Russia-Ukraine crisis. He added that the government of El Salvador decided to wait for favorable conditions in the financial market, expecting September at the latest, sharing the following. Now is not the time to issue the bond. In May or June, the market variants are a little different. At the latest, in September. After September, if you go out of the international market, it is difficult to raise capital. And also keep in mind that Bitcoin is still up around 10% over the past 30 days. According to data from CoinGecko, the crypto has lost nearly 50% of its value since the Salvadoran government initially announced plans plans for its Bitcoin bonds back in November, because that's when we hit the all-time high at 69K. Now, they also hinted of a potential delay for El Salvador's bond last week, citing the unstable political situation in the world as one of the biggest reasons for the postponement. And as previously reported, the $1 billion bond was originally scheduled for launch in mid-March, the 15th to be exact. El Salvador Congressman William Soriano took to Twitter in early February to declare that the Bitcoin bond was expected to go live in the second or third week of March, which he shares here. Bitcoin bonds will be available by the second and third week of March. However, obviously things have changed. El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, originally announced plans for the bond back in November of 2021. The bond is reportedly marketed with a 6.5% coupon and a Bitcoin dividend of 50% of the gain in the price of the crypto after 5 years. And $500 million expected proceeds from the issuance are set to go towards the construction of the Bitcoin City, a development dedicated to geothermal energy powered by Bitcoin mining using nearby volcanoes. The rest of the $500 million is set to be invested directly into the King crypto. Now, El Salvador's delay of the Bitcoin bond launch comes amid the government apparently slowing down the pace of buying new Bitcoin as well. Previously reporting consecutive Bitcoin purchases at least each month, the Salvadoran government has not announced a new buy since January of 2022. And Nayib Bukele points out on crypto Twitter the FUD published by The Telegraph, quoting the article here: each new initiative like El Salvador's Bitcoin bond could chip away at the greenback supremacy a little, potentially making the world that bit harder to police and a touch more dangerous. And Bukele quoted that part right there, making the world a bit harder to police. What the? And then he makes a great point here. Bitcoin fixes colonialism. That, my friend, is a fact. But enough of the FUD. As Pompliano points out here, El Salvador's Bitcoin-backed volcano bond appears to be setting the stage for a revolution in sovereign debt markets. That's right. But what are your thoughts surrounding them postponing these volcano bonds to September? Let me know in the comments right down below. And before I break down next story of the day, on-chain analyst Willy Woo says Bitcoin's last cycle is playing out as Bitcoin gets aggressively accumulated. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap. Still sitting above $1.9 trillion with almost 87 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. The Bitcoin dominance is at 41.9%, with the Ether dominance at 18.6%. And checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers for the day, we have Loopring up a whopping 42%, trading at $1.19, followed by ApeCoin up 12% for the day and a whopping 1,100% for the week, trading at $12.08, followed by Bitcoin Gold up 11.5%, trading at $46.41. Now checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers for the week, you can see a sea of green with Ethereum Classic leading the pack up a whopping 80%. Now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 31 out of 100 in fear. Yesterday at 26, last week at 24, and last month at 25 in extreme fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. The age of 4-year Bitcoin market cycles is likely over, according to popular on-chain analyst Willy Woo. In October of last year, Woo told his 1 million Twitter followers that Bitcoin was probably trading what he calls the last cycle. As he shared here on Twitter, the last cycle, what would be this bull cycle top? In my opinion, there is no top past predictable walk of demand supply governed by a simple 4-year halvening. Now, unpredictable walk of demand supply from a complex ecosystem until we hit saturation. Now, nearly half a year later, Wu says Bitcoin is likely demonstrating the first signs of this last cycle thesis. Right now, quoting him here, Bitcoin is being accumulated. As you can see, the mass accumulation going on right here in this chart. And he also shares we're likely seeing the first signs of the last cycle thesis playing out. 3 relatively short bull and bear markets have transpired since the 2019 bottom already. An example, no more 4-year cycles. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the on-chain analyst. And he also shares this is an on-chain algorithmic filter looking at the magnitude of coins being sold by weak investors at a loss during times of sufficient demand to mitigate downside price moves. And he says this data is brought to you by Glassnode Analytics. And he also explains, note the size of the accumulation in the past when we had strong capitulations ending each 4-year cycle. These days, it's pulsed smaller and more frequently alongside the shorter and smaller bull/bear cycles, which supports the last cycle thesis. So there you have it. And before I break down our final story of the day, Bitcoin and altcoins will go parabolic in April, according to crypto analyst Nicholas Merten, and shares his target. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,000 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my crypto merch store live at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a daily letter which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also a blog I update daily, which can be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And of course, you can follow me on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify to Apple's iTunes to Google Play. And if you're listening to the pod, be sure to check out the YouTube channel sometime at cryptonewsalerts.net for the full premium experience with video. And of course, you can follow me on crypto Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, and TikTok. So wherever you're at, be sure to plug in and follow me there. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. A top crypto analyst says the king crypto as well as the altcoin markets are setting up for a big comeback over the coming months. In a new update, Nicholas Merten from DataDash tells his over 500,000 subscribers that he's becoming more and more convinced that a spring rally is imminent. Let's go. Quoting him here, I think there is a very good chance here that we're going to see this spring rally we've been talking about. My convictions are only growing stronger in this. And he shares this parabolic chart, and Merten makes the case that Bitcoin will soon be back at $60,000, a price range not seen since back in November of 2021. Merten says that the altcoin market already is gaining momentum and will rally in turn. Quoting him here, I want to make the case that really as soon as later in April, if this trend plays out here, we could be back up towards that $60,000 range for Bitcoin. We could be in for a spring rally, but it's not just Bitcoin. I want to emphasize this big time because I understand all the while Bitcoin is obviously the most recognized currency. It is the largest crypto in the crypto space. This is unlikely to be just a Bitcoin rally. I know that people usually think that it's Bitcoin first, then altcoins. But if this market has proven anything, it's proven that the previous trends we found in the past are not the same in this cycle. And we have seen, just like we saw back in late 2020 and in early 2021, Bitcoin and altcoins were picking up steam. Now the DataDash host points out that the current altcoins are already heating up in the market, something that he says signals institutions are buying altcoins at market value in anticipation for an upswing. Quoting him here, you've got a ton of various different altcoins. This is one of my big signs. We're starting to see a lot of random altcoins popping off in the market, having multiple days of 10 to 20% gains. And that is a really big telltale sign that the market is starting to, again, not just passively accumulate or fill their orders. The smart money or institutions are not waiting to fill with limit orders. They are market order buying, getting their positions because they are feeling the fear of missing out, better known as FOMO, around the corner. The market's going to start trending higher. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the host of DataDash. And to watch this entire video with him entitled Bitcoin is about to go parabolic, check the show notes below the video in the description. Wouldn't it be something if Bitcoin returned to a new all-time high in April, which is right around the corner? Also keep in mind we have the Bitcoin Miami conference just a couple of weeks out, which is the largest event in Bitcoin history. There's going to be over 35,000 people there from all around the world. I'm going to be there. I hope to see you there. If you're going to attend, let me know. Hopefully we can link up. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bitcoin dips 3.6% from weekly highs, and I shared with you the key Bitcoin price levels to watch out for. I also shared breaking news of El Salvador postponing their Bitcoin bonds to September, according to this latest report, as well as on-chain analyst Willy Woo says Bitcoin's last cycle is playing out as Bitcoin gets aggressively accumulated. And I also shared this prediction from the DataDash host Nicholas Merten that Bitcoin and altcoins are going to go parabolic in April, right around the corner. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode, Chris Minka wrote, I'm still standing firm with the Bitcoin super cycle with illiquid supply, multi-year low on exchanges, no real short-term hodl or weakness left. Bitcoin fundamentals are stronger in 2022 than 2021. Supply shock in play, new all-time high incoming. That's right, fam. Bitcoin supply shock incoming. Bitcoin super cycle. Send it. Our next featured comment comes from eCoin, who wrote, Aloha JV, much thanks and appreciation for the hard work, running news from the hotel room. Solid, bruh. Week is feeling like a calm before the storm. Let's freaking go. You got it, fam. Thanks so much for your continued support. HODL. And our third and final featured comment comes from Lawrence Abramoff, who wrote, "Hi fam, apparently the volcano bonds are now oversubscribed at $1.5 billion. This plus Malaysia, plus Rio de Janeiro, plus Honduras. I think we will see multiple six-figure prices for sure if even a couple of these eventuate. You got it fam, so many bullish indicators as the Bitcoin game theory around the world continues in full effect. Exciting times ahead. Let's go." And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below.